There we go. Welcome, everybody. We are doing the free guided meditation to meet your spirit guides. And tonight I've chosen two of the archangels that are my favorite. One of them is Sandalphon and one of them is Metatron. And we're just going to do just a little bit of background between the two of them. As you know, angels are spiritual beings that are not human. They are their own species. They're more called beings because with species, they don't procreate amongst themselves. And if you ever take a class with me, we'll talk about procreation and other things as well with angels. That's a whole different thing. But tonight we're going to talk about the two that are the exception to not being humans. A lot of my research comes from Judeo-Christian background with the angels, but please realize that angels are non-denominational, which means that they are found in every culture, every religion. The Norse call them Valkyries. I know you've heard of that. There's several throughout all the different cultures and everything, but today I wanted to talk about the two that are more human rather than angelic in their being. The first one is Metatron, and Metatron was at one time called Enoch when he was on Earth. The reason why Metatron and Sandalphon, you can tell the difference in them, is that they did not, their names do not end with -el. El is meaning of God, and so since they are angels and not of God in that way, they are have separate names. Metatron and Sandalphon were the only humans who became angels, and they are considered brothers. Sandalphon or Metatron's one of my favorites because he was 365 years old and he walked according to the Torah. He walked with God and was taken to heaven. He was considered too pure to be here and to go through the dying process. So if we've talked about ascended masters, if you've been to my classes where we've talked about that, that's another topic, is the idea of them ascending and transcending to heaven. He is the highest archangel along with Michael, and he rules over all things. He's also the one who, and I will show you a picture here in just a second, who created or came about or is the overseer of Metatron's cube or a Merkaba, which is one of my favorite symbols. And he also is part of the tree of life. He is, I'm sorry, Metatron, we call on him whenever we need healing or clearing away of lower energies. His color is usually a dark pink or a deep pink or a dark green. And he is the teacher of esoteric wisdom. So if you receive the monthly spirit guide meditation messages this morning, you'll notice that the theme that came through was the animal spirit, the owl, and wisdom. So it seems like June is the month for wisdom. The idea of Sandalphon, and I'll show you some information about both of them again, is that he was originally the human prophet named Elijah. He was a precursor of Jesus, and he gave more information. If you actually read in his books, he gave more information about the end of the world than Revelations. He is the intercessor of prayers, and the overseer of the metaphysical knowledge of the tree of life. And he is the angel of music. He is one that is closer connections to God. Metatron is God's scribe, and Sandalphon is God's musician. And he's the one who watches, looks over you, and helps us have a closer connection to our higher self, our universal energy, God, however you want to call them. So I'm going to show you a picture here. Here's Metatron's cube. I'm sure you all are familiar with this. It is three-dimensional cube used by Archangel Metatron to watch over the flow of energy connecting us. Basically, it helps give us our personal power. It is a symbol that you can wear, that you can use, that gets rid of negative thoughts. It's part of sacred geometry. It gets rid of the doubts that we have and empowers us to discover who we truly are. It was given to humans as a way to help us do good. So it's a very powerful symbol. And then here is the tree of life. You notice Metatron is the beginning and Sandalphon is the exit. And it's just that Metatron begins with the stories, the scribes, the directions from God, universal energy, whatever you want to call. And then as you go through the different archangels through the Kabbalah, you end up with Sandalphon at the end, who helps us take all this wisdom, all this knowledge, and know how to continue to live and be good. So tonight we are going to do a meditation to meet both of these angels. So before I do that, do we have any questions or anything? No hands? Okay. Well, if you want to go ahead and get comfortable, and if you want your screen on or off, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. But what I would like for us to do is just to become extremely relaxed. I'm going to turn off my video just because it distracts me. So we are going to take a visit to search for the tree of knowledge, to find what wisdom that Archangel Sandalphon and Metatron want for us to know. Okay. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Get into the area where you're most comfortable. You may lie down, you may be sitting. Let's uncross our feet and uncross our hands. Get the little wiggle out of us. Let's take in a deep breath through our nose. And then exhale through our mouth, allowing our shoulders to relax, our bodies to really melt into where we are. Let's take in another deep breath again. And then relax again. I want to begin by having you envision being in a beautiful white room. The floors, the ceiling, and the walls are all white. This protection will allow only love and truth to come through to you. These walls share a portal to the dimension of heaven, where Sandalphon and Metatron will come to visit. Take in a deep breath and just allow yourself to relax. You begin to hear the most beautiful music from heaven. Peaceful, relaxing. Begins to calm you. It gives you a sense that you're being cared for and watched over. As the music begins to become lower and lower, you notice a beautiful being of light passing through the wall in front of you. It's a beautiful gold color. They slowly, slowly begin to take form. You notice first their feet. They have very human-like feet. As you continue to breathe in and out and you look upward, you notice that it is Sandalphon, formerly known as Elijah. He is the prophet that helps bring our prayers to heaven or the universe. He asks that just for a moment that you begin to think about your intention for this meditation. He says that he is going to guide you towards knowledge. So if you would like for your intention to be towards knowledge, please set it now. He reaches out his hand and asks you to come walk with him. You notice that as you got up, the walls in the room that you were in turned into a beautiful garden. There's birds singing and water running. You notice butterflies, flowers all around. And Sandalphon whispers to you that he's going to take you to the tree of life. He says here at the tree of life, you will be able to learn some of your path of your life. What is it about you that connects heaven to earth with you as the intercessor? You continue to walk and you notice that there's this beautiful tree in front of you. It's a very simple tree. It is a very small tree. You begin to sit down beside of it. And you notice that different leaves are falling out in front of you. Sandalphon sits with you for just a moment. And you begin to pick up one leaf at a time. As you pick up the leaves, you notice that there are words on the leaves. Teach others, heal others, love, protect. There are so many different words on the leaves of what it is that you may be seeking to be or to do in life. Take a few moments to feel the leaves that belong to you and read the words that are there. Allow yourself really to search for the one that belongs to you. You will notice that some you may like, some you may feel beholden to want to keep. But let go of anything that holds you back from being who you truly are. Let go of doubt or fear and search for your keywords for life. I'll give you a few moments to do that on your own. You notice as you collect these leaves that there's a magical book that appears beside of you. You pick up the book and you begin to write the words within this book. You may even take the leaves and make them a part of the book to resemble the tree in which you're under, just to help you come back to this place on your own. Some people like to draw, some people like to write. Both are perfectly fine. You're building your tree of life. and finding your knowledge on this plane. As you complete writing these words, you look up and you see a beautiful, beautiful dark green being come towards you. The light is beautiful and dark green. There's just a little pink going through. And Sandalphon says, "Welcome, brother," and introduces Metatron to you. He says to you, "I am God's scribe, and I can help you write your purpose of life. All you have to do is ask. I know what is written for you in the book of life, as I helped create it. And you have good things in front of you. If you wish to learn about this life and the key to wisdom, all you have to do is ask. Seeking wisdom is a way of seeking peace. Seeking peace is a way of helping heaven and earth to connect. We came here as spiritual beings, and we seek bliss throughout our life. We seek peace. We seek love. So take a few moments to look at the leaves and the words that you have in your book and ask me anything that you wish to know. And if it is time for you to know, I will be glad to share it with you. As Metatron and Sandalphon are talking to you, you notice this beautiful peace coming in your heart. You have this happiness as you know, or you're beginning to know your direction in life. Metatron takes your book and draws his cube there. He says that this is the connection between heaven and earth. That anytime you begin to doubt your purpose in life, to look at this cube, to know that all the negative is going away and nothing but positive is coming. The universe wants you to discover your personal power. They want you to be a better person and to be an intercessor between heaven and earth. They say that you can call on them at any time that you wish to discuss more about your path. If you have questions about your book of life, or if you have questions about life in general. You begin to get up and you both or all three walk back towards the room. You walk through the garden, you notice how peaceful and how beautiful it still is. Knowing that at any time that you wish, you can come back to this place. All you have to do is ask. You begin to step through the wall and you enter into the beautiful white room that you began in. Sandalphon and Metatron bid you goodbye. And as they walk off, you feel a sense of peace, a sense of direction. You begin to sit on the floor and journal on your experiences. You may do this at this time as well. And when you finish, simply turn on your camera, and I'll be glad to speak with each of you.